All right, hello and welcome everyone once again to another Will Pop Vinyl video. This is another vibe coding update. Might be the last vibe coding update, at least for a while, because we've hit some major milestone with the project here, which we're going to be talking about today. This is kind of a soft launch beta announcement of what this project's turned into. So if you've been following me along the way, thank you so much. If this is the first time you're seeing this, you can go back and watch the development process of this entire app platform thing from the beginning, more or less, probably about 2 months ago. And obviously I've done a lot in between there, going to Japan and, doing my work and doing stuff with my family, but still it feels like a lot to get out in about 2 months time. So let's just go ahead and introduce what we're calling this. It's called Sapor, and the website is Sapor FM, sapor.fm. Got this name kind of like a play on savor, or it's the root word of savor. So flavor, savor, right? And it speaks to the evolution of the platform, which is really about helping you distill your taste and then using that to power new music recommendations, as well as be a great companion app while you're out there digging in stores or at shows or flea markets, wherever. So let me make myself a little bit smaller here. And you can see the actual webpage doesn't look that different. We're just seeing my library here. And yeah, where to start? Well, the biggest change is that you no longer need Discogs to use the platform. So I'm logged in with my Discogs account. I think it's the best way to use the platform still, because it will pull your entire library and your want list, as you see here, and it will use that to create your flavor, your taste profile. So if I go over to my recommendations and my taste, the very first time you use the platform, it'll help you generate this. Now, if you're logging in with Google or with Apple, instead of it having all the data from your Discogs profile, of course, it's going to generate this based off of a series of questions to you, asking you to name some genres you like, eras, artists, and stuff like that. And then it will generate your taste. And just like with the Discogs version, you can then tune it by adding more little strings down here, like no vocals with my jazz, etc. And then it will take that into the recommendations that it still creates, right? If you're interested in finding new music. So while I continue talking, we can hit that just for anyone who hasn't seen. You can simply click find, and it'll generate usually about 5, sometimes more, sometimes less albums that are not anywhere in your want list or your collection. And from there, you can click through, learn more about the album by generating notes, and see if it's available to listen to on Apple or Apple or YouTube. And after that, you can add it directly to your want list, or you can view it on Discogs and check out all the various pressings that might be associated with it, and more specifically add the one you want to your want list from there. And once you do that, now it'll be excluded from future recommendations. And you can also dislike something. So you can throw it onto your disliked list so that it knows that, hey, I don't want you to recommend this one to me anymore. And anything that you're still considering can go on your like list here, which means it'll still be excluded from future recommendations, but it's your own way of keeping track of it. You can also take all of these and make a playlist out of them. I'm not sure how useful that feature is, but it's still there. And here's my next set here. So I'll check these out. The other really interesting thing to talk about is scanning. So I know we've mentioned this before, but this is a much better experience on, mobile, right? Because you're going to be playing with your phone, or hopefully you're going to be digging with your phone, and enable the camera, take a photo, and you can see things that I've scanned recently. Some things that just looked interesting to me, or I scanned just for the sake of testing, like some weird ones I found in a thrift store down in Delaware, this thing called Old Train. It said it was a weak fit. I ended up, also the disc was really beat, so I wasn't going to buy it. But you can see here, I did recently find like Spiderland up on a wall in a record store, and that was already on my want list, and it was able to identify that. And so the whole idea here is you just take a picture. If it's already on your want list or something you already own, it's going to tell you. So maybe you have a really big collection or a really big want list and you may have forgotten. But if it's not there, then it's just going to go off of your taste profile and let you know, hey, this is a great fit for you. You might want to consider buying it. It will also link you over to Discogs and give you some somewhat reliable, somewhat dubious sometimes notes on how to maybe identify the pressing. That's pretty tricky to do with AI. Unfortunately, it's just not really good at understanding that stuff. So this is a really, really fun thing to play with. I've been having a lot of fun just using it when I'm in stores and talking to people about it. And lastly, when you do scan something that you think is really cool, we now have this little social feed. So you can cross post to the social feed. And so far, I'm the only one there posting. And yeah, that's it. So if you're the very first person to ever post that record to the social feed, it's going to say first spin. And sometimes it'll tag it with how desirable the record is too, right? This is based on the Discogs ratio of haves to wants. And that's more or less it. So I'm really excited for everyone to check this out. It is free for a while. I have a funded Anthropic API key for anyone who first joins. Eventually, you might run out of tokens, and you'll have to add your own API key to keep going. That shouldn't be too difficult. It just might just be as simple as setting up an Anthropic account for you. And if you have Claude already, then that won't be that bad. And with the web app, you can, of course, use it as a web app on your phone. But if you look up here, I also have this get the iOS app. It should say get the iOS or Android app because now it's both. I think I haven't refreshed since I pushed that update. So this is available for testing in iOS and Android as well. So yeah, fill that out. It'll send me your email. I'll add you to the list. And at this point, I'm really not looking to add more features. I'm just looking to polish. So I want everyone to try this thing out, tell me anything that they encountered. Were there places where the AI didn't really give them the results they wanted? Do you have any aesthetic or usability or user experience ideas for me, right? User interface stuff, anything to make it feel better, more polished, more interesting. Do you like the social feed? Do you like the recommendations? Like, are you actually using the scan and finding it valuable? All that kind of feedback is great for me. And yeah, it's free. I think it's fun. I've been having fun building it. I enjoy using it while I'm out. So now I am formally announcing it and sharing it with everyone here. So that's it. I'm just going to leave it there. I'll make myself a little bit bigger. And thanks everyone for watching. Maybe we'll be back with like an official launch when this thing is in the app stores for real. But for now, we're just testing it. And that's it. I hope to hear from some of you later.